This woman had to knit 2,000 pairs of socks every day because her family was so poor they could barely survive by selling socks. She tied the yarn to hundreds, even thousands, of sheep so she could knit while the flock moved around. Her husband hoped to find some food in the cupboard, but all he found were piles of socks. Although he wished his wife would make something to eat, she only knew how to knit socks. Even the cat, dog, and mice in the house wore socks. One day, a magician who was skilled in shape-shifting magic arrived in their village. Standing outside the window, he learned that the woman longed for a child and felt sorry for her, so the magician decided to grant her wish. He cast a spell, and starlight surrounded the woman's head. Then, she told her husband she needed to rest. That night, the woman hesitated before falling asleep, and a thumb-sized baby appeared in her arms. She knew it was a gift from the heavens, so she decided to tell her husband the truth. Soon, the baby was hungry, and her husband had to feed the tiny child a spoonful of milk, because the baby was so small. Changing its diaper became an extremely difficult task. In the end, he put the baby in a funnel, which perfectly solved the problem. Every day, they took the baby for walks, thinking that life would stay this way forever. However, one night, an old cat reached out its paw to grab the tiny baby, intending to eat it. At that moment, a raven flew over, grabbed the baby in its beak, and flew through the night. By morning, the baby fell from the sky and landed right in the mouth of a shark. The shark was soon caught by a fisherman and sold to an old king. When the king prepared to enjoy the shark, he found the thumb-sized baby inside its stomach. The king was very intrigued and decided to raise the baby, training him to be the protector of the kingdom. By the time the child was 3, he could catch evil dragons with his bare hands. To reward him, the king promised to marry the princess to him. Soon after, he had his own family, with many children and grandchildren. The old woman, who had lost her thumb-sized baby, made another wish, hoping for a giant baby who would never be lost. So, these socks were made for that giant baby.